Hi, thanks for watching Arts District Boston's live interview Thursdays. Today we're interviewing a sustainable found object artist, fiber artist. Quite a title. Please welcome Rebecca McGee Tuck. And just 1 second while she connects. There we go. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, how are you? Can you see
Alright,
me
so
okay?
you
Okay.
are in your studio right now, and you're going to give us a little tour, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for having me. And want to welcome you to the Mill Contemporary Art Studios, where I have my studio here in Framingham. And oh, there's my face. Sorry. Uh, so I was going to give you a little look around if I could just figure out how I can turn this around. Yes. Good.
Awesome. I think you're also sideways right
Oh,
now.
am I? I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay.
Sorry. So anyway,
Ooh.
this is my studio. I'll give you a little tour around here. Um, I have, I don't know, about 400 square foot of space, and I'm pretty packed in here. This right here is my workstation with all my tools. And right here, it's very exciting. This is my library of found objects and sea debris and just general stuff and materials that I go to. I guess I call it my library because I just go to it for all the things that I use in my artwork. And let's see.
Is there
So,
anything you're working on now that you want to show us?
sure, yeah, this right here, I'll turn this around again. This is a piece that I am working on. I'm just about finished, but it's going to be for an outdoor show coming up in May called the Studios Without Walls. And it'll be along the Muddy River Walk in Brookline, like on your way to the Fenway. And it's a piece called The Light Gets In. Oh, no, sorry, the show is called The Light Gets In. And this piece is called Double Vision. And it's pretty much two sides, as you could see, and the black and gray kind of represents 2020 and the pandemic and how we didn't have much to go on. And then the colorfulness of not really 2021 because we're sort of still in there, but
Hope.
hope, yeah, new hope.
I
And it's
love
made,
it.
yeah. So it's made with like 100% like crowdsourced material. I keep asking people to send me things like these are like Amazon packages and
So how do you source that? Who do you ask for things?
well, I use a lot of social media. On Facebook, I'll ask for things on Instagram, but Facebook, I tend to have people that are more local to me around. So on different groups, like if I'm looking for beach debris, I'll go to websites of local beaches and see if people have things that I can use. Or as for the recycles, I have lots of friends that collect things for me. Um, some of them I don't even know in reality. I just know through going to pick up bags of stuff at their house that they leave for me. So it's really cool. I like doing that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's clear to people who are kind of just getting to know you right now, but can you kind of describe what kind of material you make your sculptures out of?
Yeah, so I all of the work I do is with objects I find or collect. Um, a lot of the stuff I've been doing, if you see right behind me, this is a piece that I'm making with beach debris. I go walk along beaches in Massachusetts and I collect fishing industry rope and fishing line and whatever washes up to shore, really, toys that people leave behind. And like in this piece right here is all beach toys that people have left behind. And yeah, that's what I work with, anything that I find. So it's if it, the more history it has, or the I just like use things instead of letting them go into the landfill.
Okay, so there's an element of sustainability with your work.
Oh, 100%. In fact, if it comes into my studio, it's never leaving my studio as anything but art. So it'll
That's
be,
great.
yeah, used.
Cool. Yeah. So, I know you said you walk around the Boston Harbor, and that's like so much trash there.
The
Um,
beaches that I collect at
um,
are definitely. Oh, did I
oh yeah,
lose
I think
you?
you froze for a second. It's okay. No,
Tell,
you're good.
on my back.
So yeah, so you just had a show open. Can you tell us a little bit about that show?
A show.
Oops,
I
can you
have a
hear me
show
okay?
going to. Tell me when you can hear me.
We can hear you, but oh, you're back. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, I
So,
just turned
do
my
you want to tell
cellular
us
on.
about? Oh, nice, cool.
Good.
So, do you want to tell us about the show you have, I think, in Lexington right
Well, I had a show. The Lexington show just closed, but I have a show opening tomorrow in Newburyport. It's at the Paula
now?
SD
Oh, cool.
Gallery for Arts and Activism, and it's called How We Heal. And I have a bunch of, so that'll be opening tomorrow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Your work is so beautiful. I kind of want to come. Uh, I think you're coming in and out, but it's okay. I think it catches up when I
Oh,
think
I'm
it
so
catches up.
sorry.
But so is there like a message you want your artwork to send people who see it or?
Well, yeah, all of my artwork, I like to send a message of thinking about what you take in and what you use. I guess I want people to think about not using single-use plastics and reusing things that they can, whether it's for artwork or for giving to an artist, or uh, just to think about recycling and for repurposing things.
So how did you get started making art?
Um, well, I I guess I've been making things all my life, but I recently went back to school to Mass College of Art, and I graduated in 2019 with a BFA in sculpture. And so I really needed to go there to get a clear path to how I could become a successful studio artist and have a successful practice. And I think it has done that. And so art has always been a part of my life, like a lot of artists will say, but it's been like my mission to become successful and have a message of like of hope and recycling and like just a just sustainability, in art.
Yeah, that's really great. I know you have a really unique story about kind of your journey in becoming an artist. Do you want to share that or?
Um, I guess, well, I started mass art in 1990, actually. And then I stopped, I raised my family, and I started making garden art and things um, for like farmers markets and things like that. And then about 10 years ago, my father taught me how to weld. And that was a very big part of my artwork because, even though I'm a fiber artist, most of my artwork has a metal frame, as you saw with the piece that I was showing in the beginning. And I like to have like a skeleton to put the fiber on. And I guess when I graduated from Mass Art, I just kind of like hit the ground running, and I joined everything I could, and I reached out to every artist I knew, and I just I just am on a path to know everything I can about the art world in Boston and beyond.
Yeah. So you're working on a really cool project right now where you are collecting things from all over the world. Can you tell us a little bit about that project?
Yeah, so let me turn this around for a second and I'm gonna see if I could. So I have a piece that it actually was showing at the Boston Sculptors Gallery where I'm an associate member um, recently, but it was only the front portion. And this piece is it's a dress that I have asked people to send me little bits and fragments of materials um, from, from that are important in their lives. There's wedding dresses. There are Boston Marathon blankets. There's baby blankets. There's all sorts of things in there, and I've had people send me these throughout the started it in the during the pandemic, but I've had people send me these from Australia, and I have friends in Portugal and Taipei, and they send me pieces from everywhere. So it's really a global piece at this point.
Yeah. And what does this project mean to you and to the people who kind of send you things?
Well, I like to think of it as a kind of a textile memory shrine, and it's it's kind of it keeps all the people that are in this. I know them through social media. Some people are my friends. Some people I don't even know, and they've just sent me these pieces, but they're all important to them. And now they're all like sewed together. I slow stitched, I was hand stitch everything on there. And it just is kind of like a keeps everybody together. I think it's like a protection garb for loneliness, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of makes it important to other people who see it too now. Preserves it. That's
Absolutely.
beautiful. I love that project. So what's your process like when you're creating a piece of artwork?
Um, well, I'm really, really inspired by objects, and the more loved they are, the more like if you kept them for a long time and they mean something to you, even though if I don't know what they mean, I just can tell. I could just feel it. It's like emotional artifacts. And so I guess my process really starts with an object, whether I find it in the trash or whether I find it um, like on the side of the road or in my attic, which is where I had to find a lot of things during the pandemic. So my process starts with an object, and then I do a lot of playing. I do a lot of material making, just do an experimentation. For example, I don't really know what's happening here, but this is material that I've made out of latex paint that I
Cool.
scraped off of a mural that I made on a window, and then I sewed it all together. And now I have all these sheets of this material, which I'm not really sure what they're for, but they'll be used some.
Wow. So cool.
So the process just is all about experimentation and the found object.
Yeah, I know you kind of said that you have this routine of journaling, um, and making these sketches. Can you kind of tell us about that? I thought that was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
I guess that well that's what some people do write a journal, and I never really wrote a journal, but I do know that during the pandemic I started just every day motivating to make something, whether it was a finger knit or whether it was learning how to crochet or making a new material. Um, I thought of it as keeping making art every day, and I thought of it as my own kind of art journal, because I could go back and I could tell, like I could see that, oh yeah, 20 days in a row I sat and watched the news, you know, during the pandemic, and I made 10 finger knits during that time every night. So I had a pile. So to me, it's a journal of material making.
Great.
Mhm.
And what do you make your fingernails out of?
Actually, the finger knits that I made, that was for, I think the piece that I had made, I don't know if you could see it up here, but it was hundreds. I ended up with like, I don't know, about 300 6-foot finger knits that I wired. But a friend of mine just dropped off a bag of yarn that she didn't use. It was like a 10 gallons of yarn that I just had. So, um, whatever people give me. A lot of people like to give me things, and I'll find something to do with it.
Nice. Do you have a favorite material to work with? I know you work with so many materials.
Well, my favorite material is definitely the rope that I find at the beach because it's so versatile. I could weave it, I could sew it, I could wrap it around things, and I love the texture. Textures are really exciting to me, and layering is exciting to me. So I guess found fibers, especially the rope that I find at the beach, is my favorite.
Yeah, and it probably helps to clean up the beach too. Do you have a most impactful project you've ever done?
Yeah, it's right behind me. If you see, um, it, you could probably see it better if you go to my website, but this, because it's right now, it's a jellyfish that's stuck in my studio, so it's not really free. But in the summer this year, I collected over 150 mylar balloons that washed ashore, that was tied inside seaweed, and that literally was just floating in the water. And I went on, I couldn't believe I was finding so many balloons. It was really bizarre. So I went onto social media on the Facebook group of the beach that I love. It's Humrock Beach in Situate. And I asked people if they were also finding balloons, and they were. So I put out several bins outside the beach and on picnic tables and asked people to deposit their.
Can you repeat that one more time? I think we lost you for a second.
Hello?
Okay,
Oh,
I think we lost you for a second. Do you mind kind of recapping
oh, I'm so
about
sorry.
your jellyfish
About the,
project?
yeah,
So I think we lost you at you put out bins and collected a
okay.
bunch of different balloons.
Yeah, so I put out bins outside the beaches that I go to, and I ask people to deposit their balloons inside of it that they found at the beach, and then I brought them into my studio and I sewed them and quilted them together, and so it's called Happy Birthday Ocean, and it's over 150 mylar balloons that were found by me and by people at the beach in Situate, into this kind of really cool jellyfish, but really sad because it's all made of debris.
Yeah, and so that was impactful because it cleaned up a lot of trash.
Yeah, and also, yeah, I like to get people involved in cleaning up the beaches as well. I actually joined up with a group called Surfrider Massachusetts chapter, that is a group that they're a nationwide group, but the one in Massachusetts actively um, organizes beach cleanups on all the beaches in the coast of Massachusetts. So.
Oh, cool. So has being a sustainable artist and working with litter impacted your lifestyle at all?
Well, if you ask my husband and my children, you'll see that at my house there are bizarre groupings of things that we collect all around the house. Like if you look underneath the sink, there's caps to every container that we recycle. If you in the bathroom, there's a jar that collects toothpaste containers. Under in the laundry room, I have bags of plarn that I've been making, which is from plastic bags, and I'm making into yarn. I compost, and like everything is reused at our house and mostly brought in and made into some sort of material.
That's great. Awesome. Um, uh, do you have any projects coming up in the future that I know you've talked about so many. It just seems like you have so many things going on at
I,
once. Is there anything you're really excited about or?
well, I'm really excited. I just I just won a prize at Arts Worcester. They have a show called Inside Voices, and my piece was chosen to be shown this summer at the Fitchburg Arts Museum, it's exciting to me because that's my first museum credit, which was pretty cool. So I'm
That's
um,
awesome. In what direction do you want your art to go in the future? Do you have any goals for your work?
well, I have a lot of different types of goals, but I had been talking with Surfrider about making some sort of performative sea debris art piece that will be worn at beach cleanups, which that's just in the works in my head right now. And I'm hoping to organize beach cleanups also with them, and not just the purpose of my art, but for the purpose of keeping the ocean clean and healthy for everyone to go visit. So I like.
Yeah. I feel like you're doing such a great service by almost making like beach cleanup sexy in a way. Like, you're like saying, look at this beautiful art we can make from, volunteering and helping out. That's great that you're able to organize so many people to do good things.
Yeah, it's super fun, and of course, who doesn't like the beach? So, I mean, it's not too shabby of a place to collect your materials.
And is there a reason you focus on beach cleanup in particular?
Um, well, I mean, it's a nice way I always collect things everywhere, and it just became a habit to go and walk and think, and I could think about art, and I could think about I get inspired by walking the beach, and ever since I was little, like I would walk with my father along the rack line and pick up debris. So it's just a habit that I've always had, and now to have it along with my artwork, it's really satisfying. So
Awesome. Okay, I think I'm pretty much out of questions. We can open up the floor to questions if anyone has anything they want to ask the artist, or if you have anything you want to say
I just want to
about
say
your
to hi
work,
to
or
everybody that I see on here. Thank you all for coming. And then I guess I wanted to say that I just want everybody to consider consider using recycles for art. Consider donating to artists. It's such great material to work with, and that it keeps it out of the landfill. And it's
yeah. And the ocean's a big one because everything winds up in the ocean when it blows around, just gets stuck there.
Yeah, in
Um,
fact, that's why I focus a lot on beaches that are right outside of Boston Harbor, right along Boston Harbor, across from Boston, because it's where all the fishing industry stuff rolls in, and it's where like pleasure cruises happen, and just everything washes up on the beaches like Nantasket and Hummerock and Williston Beach and just all around.
Yeah, I was thinking about this interview today and I was driving my car and I'd never noticed how much trash is on the side of the road before because it's something we just kind of ignore and don't really want to pay attention to. But it was disgusting. And I'd
Yeah.
never noticed that before.
I know, and it does become it makes it makes your heart.
I couldn't hear you for a second. I'm sorry.
Um, Sometimes it must be that people are using the Wi-Fi more than I think, but I hope you can hear me.
I think a lot of it came out perfect. So,
Okay.
oh, I forgot to ask you, have you always been in Boston?
Well, I lived in Jamaica Plain for 15 years, and then I moved
Oh,
out. I live out in Natick. That's where I have my welding studio in the garage, and that's why I'm here out in Framingham working. But I'm a member of the Sculptors Gallery. And I'm just involved with showing work in all, as many Boston galleries as I can. I have a piece in Piano Craft Gallery right now. So
Oh,
yeah, oh, two pieces
that's
there. But
awesome.
mhm.
Great. I can't wait to see your workarounds. Awesome. And we didn't get any questions from the people watching, so I guess that's it.
Thank you everybody for coming, and thank you so much for having me on tonight.
Thank you so much. This was great. I love your work and keep
Thank,
inspiring people.
great. All right.
Bye.
Bye.